Right now on 12 on Health, what to do to save someone who's choking. We're about to show you a demonstration. Plus, medical care at your convenience. And exactly how many hours of exercise do you need each week? Answers ahead on 12 on Health with Gillian Meth.
Hello everyone, welcome to this edition of 12 on Health. New research from Columbia University says when it comes to exercise, you don't want to overdo it. Now this is the first study I have seen that gets into the downside to excessive exercise by noting specifics. Columbia researchers found too much exercise can lead to getting sick more, a breakdown in the immune system, anxiety, and depression. Our guest now, certified fitness trainer Lisa Lynn, is an expert in metabolic weight loss. She understands this new data inside out, and Lisa Lynn is also known for her Leaner Lifestyle series. You are all about knowing what the strategy is for getting rid of this stuff.
Yes.
This is 5 pounds of fat?
5 pounds of fat. And my
God, this suit wouldn't fit.
I mean, imagine that. And that 5 pounds isn't a lot to gain. I do that from Christmas till now, but I'm responsible for taking that off your body. And even though I exercise inside the guardrail, if you're not exercising and I take you to safe, I could do all those things, suppress immunity. So I have tricks up my sleeve for that.
So you have to be careful not to over-exercise since you're demonstrating so often.
I have all those disorders. That's why I know the solutions. But the truth is, your exercise, when you change your diet and you change your exercise, even if it's mild and moderate, depresses your immunity. So the first thing I do is get people on M&Ms, and they're not this chocolate kind. They're what we call medicinal mushrooms.
Okay.
Not this kind. You can't eat that. You would have to eat a whole room full of mushrooms. But these medicinal mushrooms actually turn up the dial on your immunity, and not hyperextending it, but just enough to help you fight through those zones. If you stay healthy and you don't get sick, you can stay in the gym and we can get rid of that.
And what makes them so potent? Is it antioxidants?
I have to say, these medicinal mushrooms, they're all mushrooms, are the most researched immune supplement on the market. And they're using them in Asia, left and right, from cancer across the board. We could do a show on this for a whole year. It's so deep.
Okay.
And I've been studying it because I'm just fascinated. There are no side effects.
Okay. Okay, I don't know anything about them. This is new, so we'll learn more as we go.
Sure.
But you have kidney beans with you as an example of a no.
And this is a no, not because these kidney beans are bad for you, but you would have to, again, eat a whole room full of kidney beans. And notice there's a little juice. They're starchy. You would get too many calories. That would also raise your blood sugar eventually.
I know they're very filling.
They're very fiber. But anytime you raise blood sugar, you decrease your immunity again. However, white kidney bean extract is one of the best ways to blunt that sugar raise that happens when we eat starches.
Okay, so we want to keep the glycemic index down.
Totally. It's all about keeping blood sugar low. The next thing I put in people's hands is what we call phase 2 starch blocker. And why do I say phase 2? Not just all starch blockers are created equal. Phase 2 is a brand, again, really researched. I don't mess around unless it's scientifically proven. And it does blunt that insulin release.
Okay.
It literally paralyzes the enzyme that breaks that down into starch, raises the blood sugar. White kidney bean extract stops it.
So it interrupts the process of carbs. Doing what? Making you gain weight?
Making your blood sugar rise and making you gain weight. I call this a safety net because you're not going to eat perfect. So if you don't and you take this 30 minutes before, you got to lid on your insulin levels.
I've heard that not only from you, but from other fitness gurus. And my question is, I did meet someone who's trying it, and she said it's messed with her digestive system.
Makes you feel full, fiber. And just like the beans would. And that's an interesting point because sometimes people really want to eat despite the fact that they say they don't. And if we can make them feel full, it's not easy to burn fat. It's easy to lose weight, but burning fat is a totally different, consistent, frequent burn in the gym. Hence, we have to have all the tricks in play.
Okay. Another trick for burning fat, protein.
And we call this become a drinker in the morning. Now, I made what you call a lean latte.
Oh.
Whey protein has also been shown to boost immunity, lowers blood sugar, blood pressure. More importantly, it replaces cereal and starchy breakfast.
So the whey is the protein?
Yes.
Okay.
All I did was, latte means, in Italy, it means coffee milk. Mm-hmm. So I literally just take the brewed coffee I make in the morning, put my 2 scoops, blend it, and I have my own latte.
Is there any milk in that?
No milk, zero, because milk contains sugar, which I take out of people's diets, because as long as your sugar's up and you're eating sugar, you're never going to burn fat.
Where do you stand on almond milk?
Same story, high sugar or high fat, just not good for your insulin levels.
So if you're trying to lose weight and
Stay away
burn
from
fat, stay away from all forms of milk.
Correct.
Now, how did you make this like a latte? The whey doesn't have a milky component.
No, and that's a good point, because some whey, the cheap wheys that you find in the market, do have lactose in them. Some contain soy, some have lactose, therefore they raise your blood sugar. So buyer beware, look for a high grade, high quality whey, low sugar, definitely no fat, and you don't want any of that dairy product and soy in there. That's
Okay.
what makes them affordable, to be honest. But if you buy a high grade whey, it's nothing but the whey.
So protein where you can get it
Totally.
throughout the day.
Totally.
Many
this
small
boosts your-
meals.
This boosts your metabolism. For women, we just don't eat enough protein. So one of the easy ways is I'll drink this in the morning, and then a few hours later I'll have hot chocolate with my chocolate flavor. Otherwise, I wouldn't be eating.
Actual hot chocolate?
Well, made with protein shake.
Ah, I getcha.
Fat-burning hot
I
chocolate.
promised folks we would give them a little bit more information about this research. Too much exercise, and why is too much exercise bad for you? It's messing with your immune system.
Yeah, and believe it or not, our bodies are designed to do about an hour a day. So they're showing that anything above 7.5 hours starts to totally change every benefit that you get. Also, under 2.5 is too little. So you got to come in between 2.5 and 7.5, right in the middle.
Okay.
And some exercise addicts, and there are just as many addicts out there as there are under exercises, will be like, well, how do I keep the weight off? You adjust your diet.
Okay.
It's called moderation.
Gotcha. So ideally, you want 2.5 to 7.5 hours of exercise each week.
Totally. I think that's great news, because people think they need
know.
50
It's a
hours
bit
in the
of a
gym.
relief.
One a day.
All right. Thank you so much, Lisa
Thanks for
Lynn.
having me.
Coming up on 12 on Health, a new poll points to exercise as your natural sleep booster and no side effects like making you groggy in the morning. You're watching 12 on Health, your local source for the very latest medical news.